Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. Gradually, they began to fill the sky. The newcomers were dressed in 3 different robes. There were long white robes and long green robes. The people of the Yuan'er sect and Tian sect are here. Chunan calmed down and leveled himself with the others. The Luo sect's Chunan welcomes the elders of the Yuan and Tian sects. The disciples with weaker cultivation bases hovered in the air and awaited their orders. The elders of the Yuan and Tian sects walked on air. They cupped their fists at each other as a form of greeting. Then, they turned to face the evil sky pavilion's cloud-splitting chariot. As an impressive lineup. They had the numbers, after all. Clearly, the Luo sect had made ample preparations. Zhou, who was on the flying chariot, did not seem worried at all. He only wanted to see Yuan'er Luo. He had expected Yuan'er Luo would not easily show himself. Lang Luo, Pan Litian, and Hua Wudao were more than enough to deal with these people. There was no need for him to do anything. The Deadly Strike card was now sold at 3,000 merit points apiece. He had 2 cards in his stock. It was a losing deal no matter how he used it. He could only use the heavenly writing power thrice. If they were to fight to the death, the evil sky pavilion would be in a pinch. After all, Lang Luo and Pan Litian's cultivation bases were not completely recovered yet. Therefore, it was best to just intimidate them. Yuan'er sect's Grand Elder, Zhou Ji, offers his greetings. Zhou Ji of the Yuan'er sect cupped his fists. Yuan'er sect's second elder Sun Hong offers his greetings. Yuan'er sect's 6th elder Ding Fanxiu offers his greetings. Ding Fanxiu's confidence was clearly lacking. Ming Shi'en waved at Ding Fanxiu. Hey, we meet again, Ding Fanxiu. I see you've put on some weight since we last met. Ding Fanxiu was speechless. When he recalled having impersonated Ji Tiandao at Measure Heaven River, he felt awkward, and his wizened face turned red from embarrassment. With the actual person here, he could not bring himself to act haughtily. Tian sect's Grand Elder, Fang Wenxian, offers his greetings. An elder from the Tian sect was here as well. The others were all disciples. However, that was enough. With these numbers, they would not be too weak. Moreover, the Luo sect's Holy Land was equipped with formations and barriers. They were confident enough to engage the evil sky pavilion in a discussion. Chunan rose and faced Lang Luo as he said, "Please stay your anger, Senior Lang. The elders of the Yuan and Tian sects are here. The pavilion master can say whatever it is he wants to say to me." As soon as Chunan finished speaking, something flew out from the flying chariot. It was light and small. All the elders were elite, therefore, they had exceptionally keen eyesight. They were shocked by what they saw. A gourd? The ordinary-looking gourd that flew out looked shabby as it hurtled toward Chunan. Chunan found this strange as well. He was baffled. He cursed inwardly, the fiend path is the fiend path, after all. Littering on the Holy Land. Just look at their terrible character. He waved his hand as a blast of energy hit the gourd. Swoosh. The gourd was not repelled. It continued on its trajectory toward Chunan. It moved slowly as though it was a feather. At this moment, Chunan finally felt something was amiss. He raised his hand again. This time, he did not send out a blast of energy but sent out an energy seal instead. A palm seal flew out. Bam! The palm seal collided with the gourd bottle. The gourd bottle started spinning and increased in speed. Darn it! It's a weapon. Chunan raised both palms and launched a series of palm seals. Too late. There was a sigh from the cloud-splitting chariot. The gourd bottle suddenly burst forth with golden radiance. It turned into a golden gourd bottle as it dove toward Chunan. Chunan could not react in time as he was hammered by the gourd bottle from above. Boom. Chunan took the brunt of the blow. He fell. Bam. He crashed onto the limestone floor. A human-shaped dent was left on the floor. Elder. Grand Elder. Everyone else was shocked. Meanwhile, Pan Litian floated out of the flying chariot. He seemed to be drunk and tired. He spoke in a clear voice, "You useless mob. Know your place. I'm not Lang Luo who only knows how to dodge." Burp. Pan Litian burped loudly and added in an equally loud voice, "My gourd bottle can be fatal." Pan Litian's attack shocked everyone. Even Mingxirin, Hua Wudao, and Little Yuan did not expect Pan Litian to attack so suddenly. Pan Litian cultivated genuine Daoist cultivation methods, not escaping techniques such as the Dao invisibility. Hence, if it came to head-on conflicts like this, his combat strength was greater than Lang Luo's. Therefore, Lang Luo would never fight him head-on. When Lang Luo heard the slight against himself by Pan Litian as Pan Litian attacked, he retorted, "I don't understand how some people can take pride in bullying the weak with their weapons." Pan Litian laughed before he burped and said, "Well, that's all I've got." On the Luo sect's holy land. The elders hastily rushed up to Chu Nan to check on his injuries. Several energy blasts reached Chu Nan at the same time, clearing the path. Grand Elder. Elder Chu. Chu Nan was lying on his back, facing the skies. His eyes were wide open. His face was red as though he had been holding his breath for a long time. After a while, it seemed like he could no longer endure it, and he spat out a mouthful of blood. His blood stained the ground, looking like the petals of red peach blossoms. After taking in a deep breath, he pointed with his right hand with great difficulties. You. Pan Litian seemed surprised that Chu Nan was still alive as he toyed with the gourd bottle in his hand. Lang Luo chuckled and said, "Is that what you meant by fatal? That's nothing. My cultivation base isn't fully recovered yet. I miscalculated." Pan Litian said sheepishly. The two Old Age Pavilion's members hovered next to each other in the air. Their presence alone was enough to intimidate the elites of the three sects. The elders and disciples of the three sects looked up at the old man who had just appeared. Pan Litian's hair was disheveled, and his skin was as wrinkled as an old tree bark. Who's that old man? Surely his name has to be renowned if he's able to defeat Grand Elder Chu Nan with just a strike? Finally, Fang Wenxian, the Grand Elder of the Tian sect, cupped his fists and asked, "How should I address you, senior?" Pan Litian said lazily, "What? Who's trying to ask for my name so he can seek revenge in the future?" Lang Luo shook his head and said, "Pan Litian, a righteous man should never conceal his name regardless of his actions. Are you afraid?" As soon as Lang Luo mentioned Pan Litian's name, a wave seemed to ripple through the crowd. It was as though a pebble had been thrown into a still lake. The elders huddled together in discussion. Pan Litian was the strongest elite of the Clarity sect. He had left the Clarity sect centuries ago and had gone missing. How did he end up joining the Evil Sky Pavilion? The elders were in shock and disbelief. Naturally, they were feeling worried as well. It dawned on them that it would be impossible for them to drive the Evil Sky Pavilion with this lineup. The Tian sect did not seem as bothered. However, the people from the Yuan sect had grave expressions on their faces. The Yuan sect held a grudge against the Evil Sky Pavilion after all. If the Evil Sky Pavilion decided to kill them, what were they supposed to do? Most importantly, what could they do? Zhao Ji, the Grand Elder of the Yuan sect, finally said, "I see, so it's Elder Pan. I don't want to waste words with you. Go and fetch your Patriarch now." "I'm not a patient man," Pan Litian replied. He released his gourd bottle, and it circled around him. A faint golden energy was faintly discernible in the air. Zhao Ji's expression soured. At this moment, Hua Wudao stepped forward and looked at Zhao Ji. Zhao Ji. Zhao Ji frowned. "Elder Hua?" Everyone in the Yuan sect knew that Hua Wudao had left the Yuan sect to challenge Ji Tiandao in the Evil Sky Pavilion. The Yuan sect was supportive of him in his bid to overcome his inner demons. However, it was completely out of their expectations that he would end up joining the Evil Sky Pavilion. This, naturally, outraged the people in the Yuan'er sect. All of them condemned him and thought he was a disgrace to the sect. Hua Wudao looked down at Zhao Ji and said, "Tell your patriarch to show himself." Hua Wudao. "How could you?" Whoosh. Hua Wudao leaped down. As he descended, he unleashed the 9-script 6 compatible seal. The 8 trigrams and 9 scripts expanded outward. The golden scripts were brilliant and dazzling. He did not use it as an offensive move now. Previously, he had used it to disperse Ba Wu's poisonous gas in the evil sky pavilion. Now, he used it to intimidate the others. After all, the technique made for a majestic display. Although he only unleashed his skill for an instant, it was enough to prove that he had a profound cultivation base. 9 scripts, 6 compatible seal? 7 leaf? Zhao Ji's eyes were filled with incredulity. The Luo sect's elders suddenly understood why they were told that they were not worthy to speak to the master of the evil sky pavilion master. Just the men that the evil sky pavilions was leagues above the people from the 3 sects. None of the sect leaders of the 3 sects were here. What right did they have to talk to the evil sky pavilion's master? It was clear the absence of their sect leaders was an act of disrespect against the evil sky pavilion. Hua Wudao landed in the center of the First Holy Lands plaza. He surveyed his surroundings before he said, "Go and fetch your patriarch. Don't you think it's embarrassing to show your petty schemes in front of several old seniors?" The faces of the elders of the 3 sects turned red from embarrassment. Hua Wudao was originally an elder of the Yuan'er sect. Although he had joined the evil sky pavilion, the people of Yuan'er sect still respected him despite being outraged. It was ingrained into them after all. Moreover, his words made sense. Ji Tiandao, Lang Luo, Pan Litian, Hua Wudao were all experienced and knowledgeable elites. When they roamed the lands, all of them were still in their mother's wombs. They were just humiliating themselves by trying to use their petty schemes against these people. At this moment, Zhou, who was still in the cloud-splitting chariot, finally spoke. "Yuantian Luo, come out." His voice was deep and loud. Then, a strange thing happened. His voice rolled out in indiscernible waves toward the other 9 holy lands. Circles of light rippled out from the flying chariot. The people of the 3 sects looked up. A mixture of shock, awe, and disbelief brimmed in their eyes as they looked at the sound waves. They began to feel skeptical. Was Zhou truly at the 8-leaf stage and not higher? Even Lang Luo and Pan Litian, who were 8-leaf cultivators themselves, appeared shocked. They could not determine which sect this technique belonged to. The Confucian and Buddhist sects had more powerful sound techniques while the Taoist sects were less skilled in this area.